What's up, everybody? So today's video is going to be about Lil Baby and Nardo Wick. So let's jump right into it. First thing I want to mention is the fact that Craig Mack is Lil Baby's older character, right? And I actually found the base character of Craig Mack and Lil Baby because there's a really old immortal character that looks exactly like both of them. So I will be making a video about that soon. If you haven't seen my video about Craig Mack and Lil Baby, make sure you go check it out because I explained a lot of things in this video. The link is in the description below. Alright, so now let's get into this Nardo Wick situation, right? So Lil Baby and Nardo Wick look so much alike, and this one was right in our face. Both of these characters are relevant right now, and they didn't even bother waiting to put out Nardo Wick. So I've done a lot of research on Nardo Wick ever since he came out, because I really wanted to take my time with this video. You know, I really wanted to make sure that I figured out who Nardo Wick is, and I finally figured it out recently. So one thing you guys have to understand about Nardo Wick's character, and a lot of young characters right now in general, they are extremely mixed with multiple characters. Nowadays, it's like they're making hybrid characters where they're mixing multiple characters. And Nardo Wick is a perfect example of this because Nardo Wick is a mixture of Lil Baby and Tyler James Williams. So in case you guys don't know, Tyler James Williams is the actor that played in Everybody Hates Chris. It's a pretty old show, and if you guys seen it, then you guys know who he is. But as you guys can see, Tyler James Williams looks exactly like Nardo Wick right here. But if you really pay close attention to detail on Nardo Wick, you'll notice that he also looks extremely similar to Lil Baby. You know, he has a lot of Lil Baby's features, and at the same time, he has a lot of Tyler James Williams features. So they literally just mixed Tyler James Williams and Lil Baby, and that's exactly how they created Nardo Wick. So first thing I want to mention here is Nardo Wick has Tyler James Williams' eyes 100%. If you look right here, you'll see they have the same exact eyes, and they also have the same exact head shape. You know, Nardo Wick has a big head just like Tyler James Williams. And then another feature that they share is the bottom portion of their nose. So if you guys notice, the bottom portion of their nose looks very similar. And now let's look at the features that Nardo Wick got from Lil Baby. So first of all, they have the same exact mouth. Pay close attention to their lips. Their top lip is very similar. It has like a M shape. And then like I mentioned earlier, Nardo Wick has Tyler James Williams' bottom portion of his nose, but he has Lil Baby's top portion of his nose. So this one is not hard to see once you really understand the details. If you pay close attention to detail, you guys will see what I'm talking about. Alright, so here's another comparison of Lil Baby and Nardo Wick. And as you guys can see, they look extremely similar. The only difference is the eyes and the bottom portion of the nose, right? Because like I explained to you guys, Nardo Wick has Tyler James Williams' eyes and the bottom portion of his nose. But other than that, you guys can see the real striking resemblance between Lil Baby and Nardo Wick. And it's creepy because if you look at Nardo Wick, sometimes you'll see Tyler James Williams, and then if you keep looking, you'll also see Lil Baby. So that's when you know a character is mixed. When you see two different characters when you look at them. Alright, so in this side-by-side comparison, Lil Baby and Nardo Wick look extremely similar. I don't think anybody can deny this. This one was right in our face, man. Like, it's crazy how much they look alike. And right here, they're doing a very similar pose, so you can really see the resemblance. And both of these characters also look like Rylo Rodriguez. And I think Lil Baby is related to Rylo Rodriguez. So that's why all three of these characters look alike. And the mockery with that was Lil Baby has songs with Rylo, and Nardo Wick has a song with Rylo as well. And they put this one right in our face. The biggest mockery they did was putting Nardo Wick and Lil Baby on this song. And it's very obvious that Nardo Wick's come-up story is not authentic. You know, as soon as he got one big song, he instantly got features from Lil Durk, Herbo, 21 Savage, Lil Baby, and Future. If he was a real person, there's no way he can get features from all of those big artists that quick. You know, so it's really obvious that they just wanted to push out this character as soon as possible. And even in this music video, Nardo Wick and Lil Baby still look alike, you know, but they're able to be in the same room because Nardo Wick has his own hybrid vessel. You know, he's a mixture of Lil Baby and Tyler James Williams. Alright, so here's some more side-by-side comparisons of Lil Baby and Nardo Wick. Right here, they look extremely similar. Even their body type is very similar. They're both very skinny, and Tyler James Williams is skinny as well. And also Nardo Wick got his height from Tyler James Williams because both of them are very tall and Lil Baby's a little bit shorter. But anyways, moving along, as you guys can see right here, Lil Baby and Nardo Wick look extremely similar. And right here, their hair was very similar, so you can really see the resemblance. And a weird thing about Nardo Wick's character is he has like a nonchalant vibe. And I was watching his XXL interviews, and the way he talks is so weird. Like, he doesn't express himself at all. You know, he's just very boring and bland. And what I've noticed is that's a big agenda because he has a lot of kids talking like that, like if it's cool. But he doesn't even say his words completely through. You know, he'll just say like half a word. So I just noticed that these new artists are really dumbing down the kids. You know, these new artists are getting dumber and dumber every year. And you can notice it with XXL because every time they release a new XXL, the artists keep getting dumber and dumber every year. And they're pushing out so many more agendas. But anyways, as you guys can see right here, Nardo Wick and Lil Baby look very similar when they're looking down. So yeah, this one is not hard to see. You just really have to pay close attention. Alright, so now let's look at some pictures of Tyler because right here he looks a lot like Nardo Wick. You know, they both have that same head shape. So right here he looks a lot like Nardo Wick as well. And then this picture really stood out to me because not only does he look like Nardo Wick right here a lot, but his outfit is like from the 1950s. And this reminded me of Nardo Wick's music video because this music video took place around the 1950s as well. You can tell by his outfit right here and the environment. The theme of this music video is basically around the 1950s. And I put them side to side and they look so much alike right here. So another reason I know that Nardo Wick did not have an authentic come up, not only did he get major features from Herbo, 21 Savage, Lil Durk, Future, and Lil Baby, but he also got an extremely big feature on Elvis Presley's album. And this album was the soundtrack for the Elvis movie as well. So the fact that Nardo Wick is already in a movie soundtrack that fast, he hasn't even been famous for a year yet, and he already has a song with Elvis and all these other big rappers. And he's on XXL, you know, that really shows that they're really pushing this character right now. And he's not a real person, it's extremely obvious. And by the way, this song is extremely prejudiced and stereotypical. I'm not really going to go into detail about that, but if you heard this song, you'll notice the stereotypes in this song. You know, that was a big agenda. And I didn't understand why they would put Nardo Wick on this Elvis song. You know, it really shows that Elvis is a character. If you guys are interested in watching a video about Elvis, go watch Divine Sade's video. She made a really good video about this a couple months ago. The link to her video is in the description below. But moving along, right here, Tyler James Williams looks a lot like Nardo Wick once again. So here's some more side-by-side comparisons of them. They have the same head shape and hairstyle. And once again, this side-by-side comparison is the best one I can make. You can really see the similarities right here. Alright, so now let's get a little bit deeper into Tyler James Williams' character, because even Tyler James Williams is a hybrid himself. So Tyler James Williams comes from Wiz Khalifa, and Wiz Khalifa's base characters are Jimi Hendrix and Morgan Freeman. So if you guys are interested in that video, the link is in the description below. I recommend you guys check that out. So here's some comparisons of Wiz Khalifa and Tyler James Williams because they look extremely alike. I had to mention this because it's undeniable how much he looks like him. So Tyler James Williams is a mixture of Wiz Khalifa and Orlando Jones. So if Tyler James Williams himself is a hybrid, then that means that Nardo Wick is a hybrid of a hybrid because they used Tyler James Williams, who's a hybrid, and they mixed him with Lil Baby, and then they created Nardo Wick. So I hope that wasn't too complicated for you guys to understand, but I explained it the best way possible, and it makes perfect sense when you really look at it. And I forgot to show comparisons of Orlando Jones and Tyler James Williams, but you guys can look it up. They look extremely similar. Alright, so now let's get back into the connections with Nardo Wick and Lil Baby. So as you guys can see right here, they look extremely similar. But let's get into their birthdays because this is the biggest connection I was able to find. So Lil Baby's birthday is December 3rd and Nardo Wick's birthday is December 30th. So their birthdays are only 27 days apart. Do you guys really think that's a coincidence? not only do they look extremely similar, but their birthdays are only 27 days apart. That's only like 4 weeks apart. You know, that really shows that they put this one right in our face. Alright, so now let's get into the gematria. So before I show you guys the gematria, I need to show you guys their real names because their real names are extremely scripted. So Lil Baby's real name is Dominic Armani Jones, which is kind of ironic the more I think about it because Tyler James Williams is mixed with Orlando Jones, so I thought that was weird. But anyways, Nardo Wick's real name is Horace Bernard Walls III. And I feel like Nardo Wick being the third is kind of ironic as well because he's the third character, you know what I mean? They mixed Lil Baby and Tyler James Williams, and then they created this third character, Nardo Wick. So I just find that very ironic. But anyways, a big connection here is Tyler James Williams and Lil Baby's real name have the same exact gematria. These are the two characters that they mixed to create the character Nardo Wick, right? So don't you guys find it interesting that their names have the same gematria? So Tyler James Williams and Lil Baby's real name has the same exact gematria. They both equal 226 in the English ordinal, and then they both equal 116 in the reverse four reduction. And then Lil Baby's first name, Nardo Wick's middle name, and Tyler's last name all have the same gematria. So Dominic equals 53 in the four reduction, and then Bernard and Williams equal 35 in the same cipher, and then Dominic and Bernard equal 46 in the reverse four reduction. And it still matches up with Williams because they have the same numerology. All the numbers in that cipher have the same numerology of 10 because 4 plus 6 is 10, and then 5 plus 5 is 10. Alright, so another big connection between Lil Baby and Nardo Wick is the fact that both of their names have the same gematria in the four reduction cipher, and it also matches up with Kill. So Nardo Wick's full name is Horace Bernard Walls III, and it equals 107 in the four reduction cipher, and Kill equals 17, and 17 and 107 are basically the same number because the 0 has no value. And then Lil Baby's real name, Dominic Jones, equals 71 in the same cipher, which is basically 17 reversed. Alright, so Nardo Wick equals 44 in gematria, and Kill equals 44. And then Nardo Wick, shooting, black people, and execution all equal 44 in the same cipher. So this shows Nardo Wick's agenda. You know, that's why his music is about shooting and killing and stuff like that. And it's mainly promoted to black people to do that. So that's why his name matches up perfectly with it. So on top of both of them sharing the number 44 in the full reduction, they also share the number 98 in the English ordinal. And then they also share the number 55 in the reverse full reduction. And then Kill and Lil Baby have the same gematria. So that explains why a lot of people have been getting killed around Lil Baby. You know, one of his friends, Lil Marlo, got killed when Lil Baby was blowing up. And then recently, one of Lil Baby's artists killed somebody. So this really shows why their names match up with Kill so much, because there's so much killing surrounding their characters. So I wouldn't be surprised if Nardo Wick gets killed, or if he kills somebody and ends up in jail, or if somebody around him ends up dying. Because like I just showed you guys, his name matches up with shooting, black people, and execution, and kill as well. Alright, so now let's move on to Lil Baby's real name again, because his real name matches up with the Society of Jesus. They both equal 71 in the full reduction cipher. So this shows that Lil Baby's character is completely scripted. You know, the fact that his real name matches up with the Society of Jesus. And once again, Nardo matches up with another, which is Murder. Murder and Nardo Wick both share the number 83 in the reverse ordinal cipher. Alright, so now let's talk about this recent story that happened with Lil Baby's artist, Dirty Tay. It says, Lil Baby's artist, Dirty Tay, reportedly arrested for allegedly shooting a 3-year-old in the head. And then it says, police said the 3-year-old boy was in a car with his dad when shots were fired into it. So this is a very disturbing story. You know, they love putting these tragic stories in the media to just lower people's vibrations, because this is a very disturbing thing. And all the rap pages post it and they just make everybody see this disturbing story, you know what I mean? And this was very scripted. You know, first of all, the obvious scripting with this is that it was a 3-year-old kid, and they used the number 3 a lot. But to show even further how scripted this was, his name Dirty Tay matches up perfectly with Dead. So Dirty Tay equals 41 in the full reduction, and Dead equals 14, which is just 41 reversed. And then they share the number 94 in the reverse ordinal cipher. So another big connection with Tyler James Williams, Lil Baby, and Nardo Wick is the fact that they all make music. You know, Nardo Wick and Lil Baby are rappers, and then Tyler James Williams is a kid actor, but he has made songs with Disney, so that's why he's singing right here. Alright, so now let's get into all of the symbolism with these characters because they do so much symbolism. So right here, Nardo is doing one eye symbolism, and he's also doing the horns right there. And then right here, Tyler is doing one eye symbolism in plain sight, and he's promoting the voting stuff right here. And then here we got Nardo Wick doing one eye symbolism with the money. And here's a picture of him on XXL. And if you zoom in, his jacket has the all-seeing eye, and it says Wicked inside of it. And his name is Nardo Wick, and Wick is short for Wicked. So that really shows the wicked deity behind this character. That's why he promotes so many agendas. And then right here, Nardo is doing symbolism in plain sight. He's covering one eye with his finger. And then he has this music video where there's people around him with masks, and they're doing symbolism with their fingers. And the mask is very symbolic. Their vessel is just an outer layer to what they are. You know what I mean? And the mask is just symbolizing that they're hiding who they are. And then right here, Lil Baby is doing that same symbolism that these characters are doing with their finger. And then right here, he's covering his mouth again. And the flowers in the background are very symbolic as well. And then right here, he's putting it right in our face. He's doing one eye symbolism in plain sight. And he's doing symbolism with his fingers as well. And then here he is doing symbolism again. And he has the 5-pointed star ring. So yeah, that's pretty much it for the video. I hope you guys enjoyed it. To sum up this entire video, Nardo Wick is a mixture of Lil Baby and Tyler James Williams. So thank you guys so much for watching. Be sure to drop a like, share, subscribe, turn on post notifications. Follow me on Instagram and subscribe to my Patreon if you're interested in exclusive content that isn't allowed on YouTube. Thank you guys so much for all your support, and I'm out.